Welcome to the show, Vince Dunn. You are a versatile and experienced, well-renowned drummer with over 30 years' experience giving live performances, working in the studio, recording, as well as touring. Over the years, you've performed with a range of artists, including Pharrell Williams, Madonna, Kylie Minogue, and many others. Your playing style is adaptive and complements any session or live situation that you are needing to turn your hands to. It's fantastic to have you on the show, Vince. Please
Yeah.
do tell us more.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for that lovely intro. Listen, I'm just a student of the game, as I call it. I'm happy to work in any situation, and that has enabled me to work with a wide variety of people and created lots of good opportunities. I don't have this musical snobbery. I'll only do certain types of things. I'm happy to play. If they're good people, then I'm happy to play.
Tell us about your journey.
I was very young when I was about 12 years old. Music was always an integral part of our upbringing in the house. But before I even learned to play an instrument, I knew what jazz was. I knew what reggae was. I knew what classical. Because we heard it in the house. We had Jim Reeves records on a Sunday playing in the kitchen, and then you heard some Marvin Gaye, you heard some James Brown, and you heard some Miles Davis, and think, what's that? So by the time I actually got to secondary school, I had a good idea of what the different types of music was out there. So when I watched a musical production of Joseph and its Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I watched this guy, and never forget his name was Martin Whedon, and he played the drums, and it just blew my mind. I said, "That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do." From then, I was hooked. I was just hooked. You go through the formative years of learning to play and read and stuff like that, and just try and arm yourself with the relevant information. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey because there's been many ups and downs, because life takes its toll sometimes, and it's quite easy to be disheartened at times.
Yeah.
So to stay focused, and every now and then you need a little plug-in. Someone needs to just ignite that enthusiasm in it. But, this time around, it's been about 30 years really on the case.
Wow.
And it's been good. What can I say? I can't complain.
Do you play any other instruments?
No, I'd like to. I'm a frustrated guitar player. I love guitar music.
Yeah.
All the blues guys I listen to all the time. But I love the piano as well. I think the piano is so beautiful because that's the one instrument you're just everything. It's percussive, it's melodic, it's just everything. So I really, in time, when I get some more time, I'd like to learn a bit on the piano, just for harmony and composing and stuff like that. I understand it, but I couldn't actually do it, at this time. But I'm gonna learn.
So I hear you conduct as well.
Yeah. So, and that's the strange thing. I don't. Do I play the piano? Do I play a violin? Or no, I don't. But I know the notes. I know the notations, and once you know the works, whatever it is, whether it's like big band or symphonic, you hear where it's going, and you can hear when they're right and when they're not right. So you say, no, that's incorrect. That needs to be like this, and people are like, wow. So it's the sound. It's just the sound. When you play music, and you as a musician, when it's right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. That self-correction. If you're a proper musician, you're always correcting yourself constantly and saying, "No, that doesn't feel right. That needs to phrase that differently." Because when you hear it in conjunction with the rest of the band, the bass player's here, the drummer's there, guitarist's there. Yeah, they're playing the same time, but it's in the wrong sphere,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just tapping into that.
One Tom?
Yeah. To say that you don't play any other instruments, I would imagine that's probably not quite correct in as far as as a drummer, I would imagine you don't just play a standard drum kit. You can turn your hands towards bongos and any other kind of types
Oh,
of
yeah, oh,
drum
definitely.
that
Yeah,
there
yeah,
are. So, in my head, a drummer, isn't just the guy at the back on the standard drum kit. I would imagine you've got
yeah.
quite a versatile ability there
No,
with the
no,
different
no,
types
no.
of.
You're very correct in that, because I do play a little bit of tune percussion, but I would never call myself a percussionist.
Hmm.
But I understand it. But then, but as I said, I would love to be able to play the piano in a certain way, play the guitar.
Yeah.
All these things are fascinating, because I have ideas in my head I'd like to write and compose, but you need to be able to play a cordial instrument well to
Right.
help you deal with those structures and melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, do you have family members that are musicians too?
My daughter, she plays piano and she plays steel pans, and I've had the pleasure of performing with my daughter with steel pans and drums, and we've done a few different carnivals where we're
Wow.
playing a great big steel 50-piece steel band, and that was just awesome,
Wow.
awesome. I'm there playing, and my daughter's there playing, and I'm playing. Man, I'm just crying. It's just like it's just the greatest feeling ever. You know,
God, yeah. Gotta
yeah,
be. I
yeah. But
try to get my
but
kid.
yeah, my stepson, he plays Cameron. He plays. He's a mean singer, and he plays guitar. But he just does it for fun. But he's very good.
Yeah. Who were some of your favorite social conscious music artists?
Oh, wow, that's big, because that goes back from Paul Robinson, sorry, people in Nat King Cole,
Yeah.
Sinatra, Satchmo, James Brown, a real mixture of stuff. W.C. Handy, some of the classical stuff, to the modern day time people.
Hmm.
Lamont Dozier, some of the great writers, Berry Gordy.
Hmm.
There are people behind the scenes who actually created a lot of the stuff that's happened, not just the artists. So
Mhm.
there are so many people. I couldn't even remember all the different ones. Miles, you know,
Yeah.
that's just on the creative front. But then the people behind the scenes who have inspired others to go on and fulfill their dreams and their full potential. There are so many,
Hmm.
and I draw inspiration from all of them. You know, I'm a mad Chaka Khan fan. I
Mm.
love it right from early days when it's doing jazz stuff with George Duke to the rock stuff. Everything, she can do everything. You
Oh yeah.
know, George Benson, because we're born on the same day. He's one of my favorite artists of all. Again, covered every spectrum from the jazz to funk to pop to big band. It's just incredible artist. You know.
Wow. It's crazy. Tom?
Your clinics, your drum clinics
Oh right,
that you
okay.
run, when you sort of paying it forward, I mean, is that the kind of reasons behind why you do those clinics? And who's the sort of people that you tend to have come to
Well, with
your events?
the clinics are very good because they give a chance for drummers to actually get together.
Mm,
Firstly, it's always very informative, and I would say this with the drum community: there there isn't this rivalry and competitive element. The drummers are very happy to share their information with another drummer,
mm,
and other drummers love to see other great drummers play.
Yeah.
The next big one I've got coming up is with Mel Gaynor, the ex Simple Minds, who's just, I call him the boss. He's just incredible.
Yeah.
And we've done 2 clinics together, and he's just phenomenal. But there are, in the UK, we've had loads of great drummers.
mm.
So we put these shows on. The one I did last week was a guy called Neil Bullock. Again, he can do anything. He does funk, he does jazz. He's just, people are just well equipped,
Mm.
with the stuff. So they're always informative. We try and make them totally interactive so people can come and be part of it. They bring their sticks, bring their pads, and, you know, and they practice the exercises, and then we put on a show straight after.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, they get educated and then they get entertained.
Yeah.
So it's a really good format that works well.
How much do you love music?
I love it like life.
Like life.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy right there.
That says it all, because without music, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
That's right.
I wouldn't have the children I have. I wouldn't have the woman I love. I wouldn't have all these different things if it wasn't for music.
Yeah.
And that is it. You know, music is powerful. It's like air. It's like water. You know, it runs for us all. You know, whatever your mood is, whatever, you can play music and it can heal you. It can inspire you. It can do everything.
Yeah.
You know, music. I've been in different parts of the world, can't speak the language, and you play music, and next thing, everyone's smiling, everyone's happy. Next thing, you're drinking, eating food. You're like, whoa, what happened there?
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how important it is. That's how important it is. And it's the one language that is totally universal. I used to say music and sport. Sport is another thing. I was very into sport. You know, so again, those two things, they really unite people. They really do unite people. And it's almost like eliminates people's differences, because the one thing you have in common is a heart and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if the heart and spirit is good, you just connect. You just connect. It has no boundaries. You just connect. You go to a gig. How many times you go to a gig and you look at the demographics out there and you think, wow, look all these different people, but they got the one thing in common. They love the music.
Yeah.
And they love what you do. And then so I always tell people, I said, like, when they come to my show, I said, listen, applause is the food for entertainment. So you applaud, that makes me want to play better for you, excite you more. So it's that ongoing cycle. So they become part of it, and you're a part of it. So you're not just there doing your stuff, they're actually involved in it. You know, and that's why music is very important to me.
Yeah, it's I mean, and everybody has a story about it, about how it made them feel. You know, even when they was a youth, you know, they caught the bug, and next thing you know, for the ones that stayed with it, you know, because some people give up. You know, they like, man, I ain't gonna make no money, man. I love doing this.
You can't play music if you want to make money. You got to play music because you love music. Money is a byproduct of it. That will come. If you're true to the cause, you will get the money. You know, but you have to love it, and you have to do it. You have to do it because you want it. Because that shows. If you play music like you're going to be an accountant or something, your music's going to have that same flavor.
Right. Listen, brother. I want to send love to you, and thank you for the privilege of your time today, man.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Share your journey with us and stuff like that, and hopefully a whole lot of drummers will look at this and go, "Wow, I want to look up on this brother." You know what I mean? And
but there's a lot of stuff out there. You know, they've recently just made a documentary about my life. You know, so you know, there's stuff out there, but I'm always trying to create. I'm always trying to work with new people. You know, so long as I've got the energy and the strength, I'll be out there smiling and playing.
Listen, Tom's going to get all your information so we can spread the love from here.
Yeah.
Just want to know then, really, for our viewers and for people that are watching this, how they get hold of what you've done before, whether you've got any kind of social media contacts at all, or websites at all.
I'm on Instagram, and it's vincedunn.165. I'm on Facebook. My website is just vincedunn.london. So it's very, very simple. And you can check me out. It's got an events page, so anything I'm doing publicly will be up there. And I put regular stuff up there on social media, stuff I'm doing various shows, and some of the artists I'm playing with, because I have quite a few different projects. As well as running an orchestra, I've got a Funky Fridays soul band, I have a Funky Express band, I have a soul jazz band, I have a rock band. You know, that's how it is. You got to have a product. Once you've got a product, then you can go and sell.
That's exactly. Like I said, bless you for coming on.
My pleasure.
And the journey is really wonderful, and I love to hear everybody's journey because somebody got there some kind of way, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but they've all had that same common denominator, though. They've had it in the heart.
Yeah,
they've had it in the heart and the head, and regardless of the obstacles, they've just continued.
Bless up, brother. All the best to you, man.
Thanks, Vince.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.